What is up, everybody? It's Connor from Unscripted, back again with another video. In today's video, as you see by the title, we are ranking every single player from Stage 1 of the CDL season, and as always, we are doing it off the script. Before we get into the video, don't forget to drop a like on the video if you enjoy this kind of content. Leave a comment in the comment section down below as well with some of your rankings, and subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the videos. I'm trying to sort of balance the line between doing like the news updates and just the regular content like this. So this is my first video like this in a while. I should have a couple more here before stage 2, but we'll see how this goes. And also, I'm not going to be giving like super long reasonings for everything just because there's 48 players to rank. I don't want this to be an hour-long video, so I'm going to try to be quick with it and just see how it goes. And also, the tiers won't be in order. So basically 1 through 8 will not be 1, 2, 3, 4 down the line. It will just be the top 8, then the next 8, then the next 8. It'd be way too hard to rank them in exact order. And I think that's it. All I wanted to say, and let's get into it. So I'm just going to do this right in alphabetical order, starting with the Beezy. He, of course, will be in the top 8. Just phenomenal player, arguably the best search player in the game. He's right up there, just a terror on the map. Obvious choice there. These might change too. Some of these I might have them in one spot, then move them around as we go. We'll see. Accuracy, oof. I'm going to slide him down here for now. We'll see. He might move up a little bit. I don't think he'll move down. No, actually, I'll put him up one more above that for now. Individual stats are fine. He's been pretty good in search, but I also think his sort of slow play style is holding his team back a little bit. So for now, I'll put him there. Alex, I'll throw in the bottom for now. Apathy, not playing too bad. Some would say he has been the worst player on his team. I could probably see that argument. We'll throw him in 33 to 40 for now. Aqua, I mean, he's been a pleasant surprise. He's been very good. He started off strong, slowed off a little bit, as the stage progressed, but pretty good main AR. He's had a solid season so far. I will throw him in here with accuracy. I could see him moving up a little bit. We will see. Arcades, I think he'll be top 8. Maybe he'll move down a tier, but not by much. We will see. He's Arcades. Even though his stats might not be as high as some of his teammates, we know how important he is to that team with his leadership, his communications. You always hear him in the comms, just really the glue that holds that team together, in my opinion. So, if he's the most important player on the best team who won the stage, I think he has to be in the top tier. Moving along to Azim, I think he is comfortably in this second tier. I think he had a case at one point for top 8, but I think he did slow down a little bit. But still, phenomenal stuff from him. Definitely not expected, that's for sure. And just a great performance from him so far. And he will definitely look to build on his momentum and keep his roster spot in stage 2. Moving on to Assault. I'll throw him down here with Apathy for now. We'll see how it goes on. He might move, but for now we'll stick him there. Attach. Ooh. Second or third tier. This is a close one. I'm going to throw him in second tier for now. Again, it could change. Definitely, by far the most consistent player on the Minnesota Rockers. Sorry, you might have just heard my Xbox ding. He's been super consistent. He's always consistent. Just wins his ones. We know that. Attach always wins his ones. He's just dependable. You know what you're going to get from him for the most part. His team has not been consistent, and they definitely underperformed in the first stage, but through no fault of Attaches. He was great as always. He's been doing it for so long now. So consistent. I'll have him in tier 2. Cammy. Ooh. I think there for a while, kind of like Azim, he had that argument for top 8. Now, this isn't just based on stats, but just based on stats, he probably would be in the top 8. But I will throw him in the second tier for now. I think he'll probably end up staying there. I think that's a good spot for him. Celium, I will throw in the second tier as well. He is not very well liked, but he is very good at the game. I could see him moving up into the first tier, maybe. We'll see how this progresses, but just a phenomenal player, especially in search. Just always staying alive, getting the picks, playing the angles, and just, he's just that guy that's a pain in the neck to play against. So he's up there for sure. Classic. He's had some good performances and some not so good performances. I will throw him in here right around Aqua right now. I think that's a fair slot for Classic. He's been making some plays, but he's not been like a top 20 player or anything, but definitely a good player for sure. Clayster, whew. One of the top 2. He's been phenomenal. I never expected Clay to play this well this year. I will stick him in the second tier for now. We will see how this changes, but good stuff from Clay so far for sure. Kleenex. We'll start him off here when his guy's playing well, he is phenomenal, but he has been very inconsistent so far. I think that's his thing. Like, his best games are probably top, maybe in the second tier. You know, he's been really good when he's on, but he's had some bad games too, so averages out to this middle tier. We'll see if he stays there. Krim, I'll throw here for now. I'm going to see who else fills in that tier. Maybe he'll move. He won't move up. He'd move down if anything, but he's been pretty good. I mean, he hasn't been anything out of this world, but solid so far from Krim, and of course, one of the leaders of his team. Dashi, not much of a debate here. He is in the top tier. I think he has been I'd say one of the 4 best players so far, along with Hook, Simp, and Abizi. He just arguably best gun skill in the league, best player on Optic. He's just all around phenomenal. Diamond Khan, I will throw in here with Crim6 for now. He's kind of like Kleenex, but not quite as bad. You know, he's had those good games, but his off games aren't quite as bad. You know, he's pretty dependable, pretty consistent, and for a rookie, I mean, like a brand new rookie, just good stuff from him so far, and he'll love to keep that up and prove he belongs, and he has done that so far. Next up, we have Dylan. I'll throw him in the second to last tier for now. Definitely not the year he has been, you know, was expected from him. I don't know. Ever since Black Ops 4, he has not been the same. I don't know if it's because he plays too fast or what. I mean, I do know it's because he plays too fast, but whatever. The talent's there. We'll see if the performance comes with it. Envoy. I'll throw here for now. He could move up, maybe. It's hard to say, but he's one of those guys where his stats might not look as good as he actually has performed. You know, we know how important he is to his team, and just the strats and the annoying plays he makes, and just big moments that go unnoticed with him. He makes a lot of key plays for Optic for sure. Fire, I will throw here. He has definitely been the letdown of Paris, if you want to call them that. They've performed pretty well, and I think they're a slept-on team a little bit, but if Fire can get going and playing better consistently, they'll be a legit team in my opinion. They're right there in that middle-ish tier, so they can definitely move up as a team. Formal, man, that second tier is filling up fast. I'll throw him there as well. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he's been great. He might move up, honestly. His stats wouldn't say that, but we know how good Formal is. He has the best. Actually, I'm going to move him up for now. I think he has the best hard point kill death ratio in the league. Control, he plays well as well. Search hasn't been there yet, but in the respawns, he's been a terror. One of the best, probably the best main AR. So, well, that's not true. I guess probably Arcides has been, but Formal's right there. So, we'll keep him in the top tier for now. Gunless, I'll throw here. He's had some good games, some not so good games. That's kind of the embodiment of the Surge. Keep him there. Hook, no debate. Like I said earlier, he's been one of the 4 best players. I think he's probably been the second best player so far, right behind Simp. Just great stuff from Hook. He's phenomenal. I mean, unbelievable how good this guy is. Next up, Illy. I'll throw him here. He could move down some, honestly. He struggled pretty bad to start the year. He was like clearly the worst player on Empire for the first couple of matches, but he definitely picked it up as the stage progressed, so I'll throw him in that third tier for now. Kenny, same thing. I'll start him there. He's kind of like similar to Gunless, I think. Some really good games and then some not so good games. He's been quite inconsistent so far, but when he's on, you know, he's phenomenal. We know that. Looney, throw him in the bottom. He makes some plays in search, and he's the veteran of his team, probably the shot caller, but just not the best player. I'll have him in the bottom tier. Mac, I will have in second to bottom. I think if New York decides to make a roster change with Hydra finally being in the States, I think Mac's probably the one to go. He's had a couple of good games, but he's had some very bad games as well. Major Maniac, I'll throw here for now in the 25 to 32 range. He's an underrated player in my opinion. He's very good at search, and I think, you know, Rocker I think was the second best search team from stage 1, and he and Attach are the reasons for that. I mean, he's a very good search player, probably their shot caller. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, he brings it in search, no doubt about that. Methods, of course, benched right now. He did play pretty well though. I bounce between these two tiers. I'll probably throw him here in the 4th tier for now, but he had some moments for sure. He played really well in search. I don't think his respawns were as good as his search was, and just his pacing, he played really slow. Maybe that's why Toronto felt he was holding them back and they decided to replace him. I don't know, but still, he had a decent stage 1. Neptune will throw here. This could be a little high for him based on his performance, but this is I'm kind of cheating and basing it off his skill and potential. Just the flashes of excellence he has shown with his movement and his gun skill. I mean, this guy's going to be good. He's going to be in the Rookie of the Year discussion with Diamond Con for now. He's been really good. What can you say? He's good. He came from Halo. He's one of those Halo kids that, with the movement, the Halo people always have great movement. His shot is amazing with the 74U. He is a pain, he's a pain for other teams, and for that reason I have him there. Octane, I guess I'll start him here. He can move down, but, I guess he's been the best player for Seattle. I mean, he definitely has been the best player for Seattle, but not saying a lot, and he's not what he once was, but he's still a very good shot. We know that. I'll stick him in tier 3. Awakening, I'm going to throw in the top tier. Honestly, he was just tremendous. His search and destroy numbers were insane. He's so good at search. He's the best Krig player in the game, in my opinion, and that could change when more players use the Krig, but him with the Krig in his hands is just dirty. Great search, great with getting first bloods and winning the opening engagements. I have him in the top tier. Parasite, I'll throw in the bottom as much as that pains me to do. I've always liked Parasite, but he started off, okay, and then he just got worse as the stage progressed, unfortunately. Prestini down here in the bottom as well for his lack of consistency. That's like the meme with him. Everybody talks about his inconsistency, but it's true. He has some good games and he has some really bad games, and I truly think Seattle could be looking to replace both of their SMG players, unfortunately. Priesta, I'm going to have way down here. Now, Priesta was probably the biggest individual letdown from Stage 1. I mean, he is just full of talent, but it's clearly a pacing issue, maybe with the change to 4v4, I don't know, but he has not been able to slow down and accommodate his team. Part of that, you could say accuracy needs to speed up. That could be true, but Priesta definitely playing too fast and putting himself and his team in some bad situations. So if he can sort of adjust his play style and, his skill is there, and if they're going to be the team that we thought they could be, Priesta is probably going to be the one to step up and perform better than he has. Scump, I will throw here for now. I mean, not that he's been bad. They as a team have been good at control, and he has as well. And he's been pretty good in hardpoint too, but he hasn't been the best in search. I mean, he's still, obviously, I think he's a top 20 player. He has been in Stage 1. Not the player he once was, but that tells you how good Prime Scump was, that this guy is not even close to where he used to be, but he's still a very good player and one of the top 20 players in the league, just full of talent. Shawnee, I'll start him here just because he was the best player on London. Not that that is saying much of anything, but I'll start him here. Maybe I'll move him down. Him and Dylan, maybe they could both get moved down. I don't know. London, I don't want to have all 4 of them in the bottom 8, but they obviously struggled. Shotzi, I'll throw here as well. His movement is phenomenal. We know how good he is. He will move up this list as the season moves on. I'm almost certain of that, and he might even move up as this video moves on. But good stuff from him. He's the reigning MVP. He's played well. What can you say? His team got second, right? Yeah, his team got second, so good stuff from him. Silly, I kind of want to put here in this second to last tier, but I think he's been the best player on his team, and his team did finish top 6, I believe. So for that reason, I will throw him in one tier above that. I'll put him in the 4th tier. Simp, tier 1, of course. Okay, now I hit a crossroads where Scraps, I think, definitely belongs in this tier here, but someone then would have to move up or down. I'll move Shotzi up for now. We'll see how that goes. Maybe it'll change again. Oh gosh, now Skies needs to be put somewhere as well. Let's see. I'll give Scump the love. Hopefully that does not come across as biased. I am an Optic fan, but I don't know. We'll see. Because Skies I'm going to put here. He hasn't lived up to the expectations for him. Last year he was top 5. He was an MVP candidate. This year he has not been that. He definitely needs to pick it up if their team is going to perform the way it was expected they would perform. Slacked I'll throw in the bottom. Unfortunately, I don't dislike Slacked at all, but he has not been the best this year. He definitely has been the weak point on Florida. Oh my gosh, I definitely have to move somebody else up to S. Who's it going to be? Celium or Cammy? Celium, I guess. Because Slasher, I'm going to put in this range. All right, people need to get moved down. Here we go. Dylan, down. Accuracy, down. Slasher down to here. Slasher has not been, he's not been the Slasher that we know. He's not been a top AR like he once was. He's very inconsistent, and he's just like pedestrian, if that's how you want to describe it. Like sometimes you don't even know he's on the map. Like he just doesn't do anything. He's just there. He needs to pick it up for sure if LAT are going to improve and be a top caliber team. Temp I'll throw down here. He's definitely been LAT's worst player. I mean, he's had some good games for sure, but he's had a lot of bad games too. He's very inconsistent. He might be the most inconsistent player in the league, and his bad games are pretty bad. TJ I'll throw here in 9 to 16. He's been their best player. Now, they're all kind of inconsistent, but TJ's probably the most consistent, and he's been one of the best search players in the league, so for that reason, I'll put him there. Vivid, I don't think belongs in the bottom tier at all, so let's see how we can adjust this. Shawnee can move down, and Vivid can go here, I suppose. He could honestly be up one more tier, but I'll put him there for now. And then Bance, for some reason, was not included in this. This is from Texas Formal on Twitter, by the way. I think his name's listed here somewhere. Yeah, Texas Formal right here. I love that account. He's an awesome account to follow, so thank you to him for making this. But he did say that Bance cannot be included. And I would probably put Bance in the bottom 8 here. Maybe somebody else could slide down and Bance could be 33 to 40, but he's really struggled. I mean, he's had a couple of good games, but for the most part, I think he's been the worst player on Toronto, and I think most people would agree with that. So that's why some thought that that Method should not have been the one to be replaced because Bance has been worse, which is true, but it is what it is. So throw Bance in there, and that is what my list looks like. It is not easy to do, especially when you do things like I do, you know, off the script, and you just think about it on the spot. You just saw my thought process through all of this. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sure I have some parts where you're thinking, what's this guy thinking? If you notice anything like that, let me know in the comments down below. I will respond to you. We can have a conversation. I'm sure I got some of these wrong. If I did, let me know. I'd love to talk about it. So that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like on the video. I would appreciate it. It has been, you know, this is a long video. We're getting over 17 minutes, so I appreciate you watching if you made it this far. If you did, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed and you were looking for more CDL content in the future. That's going to wrap it up for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.